Welcome to my channel. In this session, as per a request of one of the guy, I'm posting here Regulation 2013 EC 6501 Digital Communication, some important question papers. After analyzing over 6 question papers, I am posting you this, so you can after analyzing all these questions in a question paper format. Each unit wise, I'm giving you only the big questions. Some 6 question papers I have analyzed. Based on that, I'm giving you these questions. So the first question from unit 1 is, topic here is sampling and quantization. Under this topic, you need to study this quantizer. Either they are asking what are the types of quantizer, and particularly they are asking uniform quantizer with its SNR derivation part. And second question, which is predominantly seen here, is logarithmic compounding of speech signals. And the next is PCM, that is pulse code modulation, either in terms of generation part along with the SNR derivation, and particularly the derivation which comprises of this value of approximation equal to 1.8 plus 6 denotation, that is variation dB. Plus in part B, that is either in either of these choices, one problem is coming under a sampling part, which is around 6 marks. So if you study all these three, you can surely gain some marks in this first unit. TDM is asked in a very old question paper, so you could if you have time, you can always that is, you can add this TDM also. So from my point of view here is some precise question which is given in 3 questions right now, and 2 questions which you can possibly study if you have time. That is, fourth question is some problem related with sampling, and fifth one is about a TDM. And then unit 2, it is a waveform coding topic. Under this topic, we can easily see that this is the easiest unit among this regulation 2013 of digital communication paper, where I could see this adaptive delta modulation and delta modulation is repeated in equal manner. So you give importance these two first, and give also how this differential pulse code modulation is compared with respect to ADCM, or we can go with delta modulation also. And you could study, if you have time, as a fourth question, you study comparison of various modulation techniques. And furthermore, they are asking with some problem related with the different, there is delta modulation only. So you concentrate with these, and if you have time, you concentrate with problems in delta modulation again. So I'll add here fifth one as problems with delta modulation. And coming to unit 3, baseband transmission. Under baseband transmission, as the first topic here is line coding. So line coding, you study all the line coding techniques, and particularly this is repeatedly asked for more than 2 question papers, that is power spectral density of unipolar return to 0 and non-return to 0 case. And this ISA case, they are asking in general how the distortionless ISA can be achieved. That is one case. So if they are asking about distortionless ISA, you can write about this ISA introduction itself. And if they are very particular about this, means Nyquist criterion for 0 ISA, you can write this question also. So ISA along with Nyquist criterion for 0 ISA is important, and I pattern is asked in more than 2 question papers. So if you have time, again in this unit you add for adaptive equalization, which they have asked for one time, and line coding comparison with, that is any of the comparison topic with return to 0 or not return to 0 is asked. So you study with the comparison also. And unit 4 is a digital modulation scheme. This is the topic that is I have come across in the question papers. So binary phase shift keying is repeatedly asked, and it is asked along with the probability of error derivation part and the power spectral density part, that is power spectral density of the BPSK signal. So other name for this is yearly late bit synchronizer. It is also asked differently in one of the question paper. Let me show you with which question it is asked. Fourth unit. So in April May 2017 they have asked for 8 marks about the early late bit synchronizer, which is again nothing but your BPSK in terms of binary phase shift keying only. So next is QPSK, that is quadrature phase shift keying. In this they are very particular about this quadrature receiver part and the power spectral density of QPSK signal in terms of modulation and demodulation scheme you need to study. And third question is binary FSK, that is a frequency shift keying with probability of error. So you be thorough with these questions. And my point of view is QAM has not been asked in any of the question paper, though it is not asked, but it is a very important amplitude modulation technique which you might expect in 2020 question paper as well. So give importance to this QAM as well, and give time for comparison of all modulation schemes. Now coming to unit 5. Unit 5 is a little bit tedious because it is all problem oriented unit. I'll give a gist of the questions how they have asked in unit 5. Unit 5 is error control coding, which is starting with the cyclic code. With the only theory part they are asking in this question is what is a cyclic code with respect to linear and cyclic property. Explain about this. And apart from that, the remaining terms is all problems based on convolution coder, Viterbi algorithm and generator polynomial. So here is a list of problems I have come across in your question paper. You could see here this 7,4 systematic and non-systematic cyclic code is getting repeated, and giving a generator polynomial and asking to find parity check matrix, syndrome calculator. All this is asked as a important question in terms of error control coding. I'll give a gist here, that is for unit 5 you could refer my previous there is a post regarding the problems in cyclic codes or convolution encoder Viterbi algorithm. In terms of topic, I'll give a link here so that you can go through all these problems, etc. So all the very best for your exams. Hope this will be useful for you to crack this exam and get pass in this digital communication paper. Thank you.